Hi guys, it's me Emma. Yesterday's episode was a little hard to do, but today I have my special guest with me today, and it is Shine. You want to say hello to the people at home? Hi guys. So, I heard that you just came back from private school. Yeah. Before we get into your story, you want to tell them about that a little bit? It was alright. It was because I was misbehaving at school I ended up having to go to a private school. But I got everything I needed done, so I could be alright to come back. That's good. But anyways, today you're going to tell your story of Shimmer and Shine. And everything you have been through and everything like that. I already told my story yesterday of what I've been through. And I know you have a dog because you have a stuffed animal that you're holding because it seems like you've been through a lot too. Yeah. To be honest, I have. The show started, I believe, in 2016. They came up with the idea of Shimmer and Shine. I wasn't picked at first, but the other girl got a little scared, so she backed out last minute and I got to take her place. It was kind of fun at first, but then they demanded more and more and more. It was first from me being a dancer and only having 6 days to learn it, to having to learn it in a minute, to film it. And it was kind of hard for me because it took me longer to learn things. Yeah, I can understand that clearly. But, yeah, it just took longer. And I was bullied for my pink hair. But, I wasn't bullied as bad. It's just the tough work schedule I had when I was doing Shimmer and Shine was very hard for me. Yeah. But yet again, I think the songs were nice. I don't really have a bad experience. Yeah. But you can still talk about your experiences. Was it like fun? Yeah, it was very fun. I don't think people notice this, but you wonder why my one foot is longer than the other? It's because I broke it. Oh, you broke your foot? Yeah. That's why I'm hiding the stuffed puppy over it. I had multiple injuries before starting Shimmer and Shine. From being a dancer and, sometimes you hurt yourself a lot. Yeah. And I know this experience because I'm a dancer too now. And people don't really know how hard it is. Okay, so if you didn't really have you had a good experience with Nick Jr., how did you feel when the show ended? Man, I was sad. It was sad. Very sad. I didn't want it to end. It was like fun. And people don't really talk about it, but it is a TikTok sound and a YouTube short sound. Yeah. Where it goes like, two genies in a bottle, shimmer and shine. hmm And people use the Lorax. I think it's kind of weird that people use the Lorax. They use the Lorax as a preppy kind of girl. She could slay all day. Yeah, she could. Raven was kind of cool. She was the girl with the purple hair. Was she? Yeah, she was the cool emo girl. I didn't know people could be emos. Well, people can be emos. It's just their thing. But that's alright. So, let's play a little game and see what Nick Jr. songs you like. Can it be Nickelodeon too? Sure. Okay. So, I got 2 Nick Jr. songs I like. I like the Lori Berkner songs. Nice. Of course, I'm misbehaving. And I like some SpongeBob songs. Preferably The Best Day Ever. And the episode where they become musicians. I like that. And where Squidward and Plankton are working together. I like that song they play together. Oh yeah, that's the best. But mainly, I listen to Disney songs. Because I thought Shimmer and Shine were going to end up on Playhouse Disney or Disney Junior. Yeah. But it ended up on Nick Jr., right? Yeah, it ended up on Nick Jr. I mean, I know I don't really talk about favorite shows. That's going to be tomorrow's, but we can do it today. I'm going to pause. I'm going to stop this video, and then we'll do a part 2 to this. So, we can talk about, because we got the stuff out of the way, we're going to talk about our top 10. Just make it a 30-minute video. That's cool. Oh yeah, 30-minute episode. Okay. Let me fix my head so I'm not really... I'm gonna kind of look at the camera a little bit. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna keep my head like this. Okay. I got a 99 stuck in my head. Because they don't really know where to put the 99. They don't put it on my feet. Oh yeah, when you're at their store, dog, that's something you have to worry about. Unless they put a sticker on you. And then you could just easily take it off. Luckily, when I came from the thrift store orphanage, I had a sticker on my back. We're gonna go kind of into a brief tangent about being an orphan from the thrift store. This is what you deal with. Look at that, 99. And I tried many things to get it off. Okay, so now you can't be on your side, man. Oh. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about our favorite Nickelodeon Nick Jr. It could be both. It could be from the Nickelodeon Teen Nick, Nicktoons, and Nick Jr. So we're gonna do a top 10 of everything we like. You wanna go first since you're our guest? Sure. Okay, so I like iCarly. Good. I like SpongeBob. This is an old one, but I like True Jackson VP. Well, that's a good one. I don't think a lot of people have seen it. What else? I like Lalaloopsy. That was a good show. I loved it. I liked Rugrats. Okay. I liked it. Did I say it correct? Yeah, you did. Okay, I liked Victorious. Good. That's a good one. Henry Danger I didn't like so much. I thought I would at the beginning. Just kept getting more... Yeah, it just got worse. But I do like Game Shakers. Yeah. I like the Thundermans. Good. I like, But you're not the loud house. That's alright. And I love cat dog. Alright, that's 10. My favorites are Pinky Dinky Doo. Play With Me, Sesame. Dora, obviously. Because when I was 3, I had a Dora cake with a Boots cake topper, but Mum made me get rid of him, and I wasn't very happy about that. Really? Yeah, I could. Well, you can't really find him anymore. Oh, yeah. I also liked Go Diego Go. I liked Game Shakers, The Thundermans, Rugrats, Cat Dog, SpongeBob, the JoJo Siwa Show with JoJo and the Bobo. That's basically it. I think I named off 10. Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about favorite episode and least favorite episode. Okay. Or favorite doll or least favorite doll of ours. Oh, that's a good one. I gotta say my favorite doll would be Naya. She calls herself Grace though. Or Alana or Kate. But my least favorites, believe it or not, have to be me and Dora, because our hair is not really in the best shape. That's agreeable. Okay, my favorite gotta be the purple hair one. Basically, I know her as Raven. And my least favorite is the ones that are plush. You can't get their bodies wet to wash the hair. I can agree. I mean, look at me. I'm all plastic. So, I can get all wet all day. Yeah, and you know, basically, kids could throw you in the toilet. The kids could throw you anywhere. And you could dry. But when you're a plush like a na-na-na surprise, basically, you don't get that much wet. You get wet, and then you stink. Remember those, I believe they're American Girls? You couldn't get their bodies wet for anything. Oh, yeah. Legit, you couldn't. And it's kind of like similar with the Reborn dolls. You can't get them wet. It would just ruin the paint. But somehow dolls have different standards. You can't even get enough on the shelf wet. You can't even touch them. Yeah, you can't even touch them because they would lose their magic. But then yet again, an old friend of mine would just touch hers all the time and put clothes on him. And he never lost his magic. So what? Is it double standards for Elf on the Shelf? Believe it or not, my first experience with an Elf on the Shelf was when I was in 1st grade. My teacher brought him out and said, "Oh, this is Elf on the Shelf. We're going to name him Buddy." I believe his name was Buddy. But it could have been a different name, but I believe it was Buddy on top of my head. And she was like, "Don't touch him, or you're gonna lose, or they're gonna lose his powers." I was like, "Okay, so we can't touch it." And then throughout most of the December, until we got out for Christmas, we would see what Buddy did next. He destroyed the bookcase full of books, I believe, one time, and then he wrote on the board. Finally, the last day, we got to watch his movie and he went away. I mean, first grade parties are really good. Oh yes, I love preschool, primary parties because you got to have treats and then you got to watch a movie after that. Yeah, you basically got to watch a movie. When it was like Thanksgiving, you got to watch Happy Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown. When it was Halloween, you got to watch It's a Great Pumpkin. Every time we would have something happen, it was called something in Charlie Brown. So, anyways, now we are done with school. We don't do that stuff anymore because, we're middle schoolers. All we gotta do is test and stuff, right? Yeah. But anyways, what else? How about our packaging? Is it easy to get into? Yeah. Packaging is really easy to get into because it's just like you pull the cardboard off, you get all the things off, and then after that, you basically get your toy. It's a really sad life of a thrift store doll. We're gonna go into that story right now. My past family, they did love me, but apparently because of my history with Nick Jr. and all, they didn't love me anymore. Such the kid didn't play with me as much anymore. And I ended up there for days, upon weeks. Finally, I got adopted by my dad, Romano. He's the best. If you see us, hi. I'll be home soon, very, very soon in August. So I got 4 months to make a few episodes. Yeah. And basically, we just went our own ways, and I did stuffs, and I went through school stuff. And I'm still here today doing the episodes. Yeah. And that's like my story. People didn't like me. I did end up getting put back on adoption. But I got readopted again, and now I'm here with Emma. Yeah. I know there's a lot more of us out there whose heart are getting broken, or we're still stuck with kids who cut our hair. Anything like that. That's what their store dolls have to go through. It's little kids cutting their hair, them losing their clothes to different better dolls and all that, and it's kind of hard. But if you're wondering what outfit I am wearing today, is a rainbow Hawaii shirt and a Barbie pants. I believe they're Ken's, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just wearing something comfy. I'm just wearing my molded on bathing suit because I'm planning to swim later. Really? Yeah. But anyways, that'll be it. No, you gotta keep going. It's only 19 minutes long. Okay. Do you remember Christmases when we were little? You know what? We can have Christmas in March. Another story time. Yep. So, you be coming downstairs and you be going to see what you got. And that is so exciting. My mom really loved Christmas because she is German. And basically, all German people say is Christmas is really important to Germans. Even though I'm British, people loved Christmas. We go out downstairs, or we didn't really have a downstairs to go to. All we had to do was walk from our room all the way to the living room, and there our living room would be decorated in Christmas decor, and we would see our Christmas presents, and then we would have to wait for everybody to come. That included my aunt, my uncle, my mom's friend, and my mom's childhood friend who brought her daughter, and we would all do presents. And then after that, we would eat something big, like a second Thanksgiving, basically. And, yeah, we would have some interesting toys. I remember I got a lot of Arthur books. Arthur is that aardvark. You've seen them on PBS Kids. Yeah. You can add it in too if you want. But I'm telling my story first. No, that's fine. I'll tell mine after. And then we got a lot of dolls, of course. And basically, my aunt, my other aunt from my dad's side, would send dolls, and we would get holiday dolls. We had to give them in box because they're worth more in box, but some are not so much. Like with the ones with the 5 points of articulation, they're the ones that end up in the thrift stores. Luckily, we have it at all, and I think it'll never be that way. It won't. But anyways, when we got older, the presents still stayed the same. Sorry. The camera wobbled a little bit, but Christmas is still stayed the same. Like Christmas last year, where I got new cast members to do more filming with. Yeah. And, yeah. So we kept... I don't know what this Christmas is going to be like this year, or, mostly just like what New Year's is going to be like. I know New Year's is always the same. When you wait for the ball drop, you, get to kiss somebody or hug somebody. But every time I would go to my grandfather's, we would watch the Rose Bowl and the Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve. And they pretty much have decent songs. I didn't like it at the beginning because I was a kid and I just really wanted to watch Nickelodeon at the time. You know what? I could say the same thing. Like, it was, I believe it was getting to 2011. And, I wanted to watch the new Despicable Me movie that was out. So I sneaked in my grandfather's room and put that on. But my sister and my grandfather followed me into the damn room. Am I allowed to say damn? You know what? Yeah, it's fine. Follows me into the damn room. So I was like, come on, I don't want to watch it. Yeah, it was a lot pickier when we would go there and we would have to watch stupid Disney because your sister really loves Disney and you didn't. The only Disney thing you will watch is The Lion King. Like, be for real. So finally, we go to the ball drop and everything is fine and dandy. And basically, we would just get to go home in the morning. By the time my aunt comes into the picture, we would usually just stay till midnight and then we'll go home. That's basically it. I'm going to make this 33 minutes because I'm going to tell a story about, I believe it was the 2015 one. So we've been having a lot of rain, and my aunt parks in the same spot where there's a lot of dirt and grass, and apparently she didn't move her car, so it got stuck. And there's me freaking out because I didn't want to. I was terrified of mud. I didn't like the idea, and she was like, damn it, damn it. I was like, no, we can't be stuck. I freaked out. I didn't want to do this. Everybody was telling me, stop freaking out. I was like, no, I didn't want to do this. So I was crying. Everything turned out okay because my grandfather came and picked us up. But anyways, I didn't want to go. And morally, I just didn't want to do that thing. Out of the stuff we have seen, I just didn't want to be there. Like, there was another time we were going home and we seen a car crash. It hit our mailbox. And then the car got on fire. It was a very scary night. I freaked out and I was like, let me out of the car. And they were angry at me. Like, why are you angry at me? Because I wanted out the car? Ridiculous. But anyways, back to the story of 2015. So finally Grampy comes and picks us up. And then we had to stay there for an hour to do New Year's Eve. And then next day, everything gets resolved. They used the pickup truck. My other Grampy, who unfortunately has passed away 2 years ago, used his truck and put a chain on there and got the car unstuck. Wow. I've always been like, I didn't want to be stuck there. That's why I always freaked out, because I didn't want to be stuck. I wanted to go. But now I just don't really care. But anyways, it is almost 30 minutes, so I'm gonna go, and my dog is freaking out because she is home by herself. So anyways, I'm gonna go for now. I'll see you in the next episode, which that will be talking about another show with another character. So please like, subscribe, all that, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.